Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to do a more back to school makeup look since school just started, and you guys might want to see how to put your face together kind of makeup look, more of a natural side, just to give yourself more of a awake looking on this makeup look. So this makeup look is basically what I do on my daily basis, and this is what I wear to work every day. And with all this makeup that I'm putting on my face today, it's actually very long lasting because I do have oily skin and I do have to wear this makeup look 11 hours every single day with traveling back to work and my work hours, and this is like how my foundation would stay put on my very oily skin. So if you guys are oily skin and you guys are wondering what kind of product is stay put on your face for 11 hours, then these are the stuff that it might work for you. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, so I already did my morning skincare, but I'm not gonna go deep into details on what I use on my skincare because that would be a separate video I'll be doing soon. If you guys do want to watch my morning time and nighttime skincare routine, let's give this video a thumbs up so that I know you guys are interested to watch those videos. So for my base, usually I would use this Super Good Unseen Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 40, but sometimes if I'm not using this sunscreen, I'll be using my Tatcha Silken Pore Perfecting Sunscreen. It does have an SPF 35, and the reason why I'm saying if I'm feeling lazy, I'll be using this sunscreen because I can use this sunscreen as a primer as well, so it's more like a two-in-one product if I'm feeling lazy, because this only has a SPF 35. If really hot outside and it's really sunny out there, then I'll be using this SPF 40. So it really depends what I'm feeling like that day. So today I already used this Tatcha sunscreen and I'll be using this as my primer as well. It does fill in my pores a little, but not like a significant difference. So it does the job and it does act like a primer as well. So I really like this if I'm feeling lazy. And then usually before I'm using my foundation, I go with my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. So this is like a salmon peachy color that it really cancel my dark circle. If you guys can see, no matter how early I sleep, I do still have this dark circle. So this product, it really helps brighten up my dark circle underneath my eye. Just cancel it out before I putting on my concealer. I'm sure you guys can see the difference right here. This side is like lift up my under eye area. It doesn't feel as dull, but on this side, it's just like a really dark eye bag circle underneath my eye. So this product, it really helps me to cover up that darkness before using my concealer. And this is like my everyday essential. No matter what item that I use on my face, I always have to have this with me. And now moving on to the base, my foundation. I like using this Benefit Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. I'm in the shade number 3. And this foundation, it does give me a very nice, natural, my skin but better finish. It also does pore filling on the center of my face. And it just gives me a very nice complexion, very natural finish. And it does last me up to 11 hours. So usually I'm just gonna do a little one pump right here. And I'm just gonna use my finger to dab it on my face. And then I'll be using my Morphe Y6 foundation brush to buff this out. Using a brush on this foundation, it just gives me a lot more coverage than using my beauty sponge, because with the sponge, it does soak up a little product because this is a very lightweight finish of a foundation. So I feel like with the brush, it just gives me a nice coverage that I like it. And the reason I use this foundation every day because it does feels like nothing on top of your skin. If you guys do wear foundation for 11 hours, you guys would not like the feeling of a foundation on your face, because at the end of the day, you just want to take this makeup off. But with this foundation, it does give me a very nice complexion. It literally just like my skin but better. So this side with the foundation on and this side with my bare skin. So you guys can tell it just gives me a very nice complexion on my face, like putting my face back together. And now I'm just gonna go in on this side of my face. And seriously, this foundation, even though I do start getting oily around the 8 hours mark, and this foundation, it didn't separate on my chin area and it just gets oily. You can blot it during work. And also this foundation, it doesn't break me out, and this is something that is really important for my skin because I do have acne prone skin, oily skin, and usually with the foundation that's too heavy, it would create little bump on my face, or it just create a lot of little white heads. But this foundation, it didn't do that to me, so I've been loving this for my everyday makeup look. And then moving on to my concealer, I'm sure if you guys watch me for a while, you guys know I've been loving this Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I use this in the shade Vanilla, and this is something that it has replaced my all-time favorite Tarte Shape Tape. I know that's crazy. I know a lot of people say the Makeup Revolution does replace, or it's like a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, but I feel like this is like better than Tarte Shape Tape because it's not as dry as the Tarte Shape Tape, but it does give me a very full coverage, which I like. So usually I just do 3 dots on my under eye, and I'm just using my sponge to blend this out. And usually I'm putting makeup in the morning time for work or back to school. I don't know you guys, but usually I'm always like a very last minute girl, so I only give myself like a 20 minutes to do my makeup, and then I have to like go out the door because or else I'm gonna be late. So all this item that I'm using today is like my staple now, because I use all this item every single day in the morning when I'm going to work, or if you guys are going to school, then this would be a very nice item for you. So now that the base is done, I'm gonna set my face with my Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm almost out of it. I'm so proud of myself. So usually for my under eye, what I like to do is stamp my sponge into this cap and then get off the excess product on the back of my hand, because you don't want to look very, very powdery underneath your eye. And then I'm just gonna set my under eye with this sponge with the setting powder on it. And I'm guarantee if you guys doing this step, like dab off the excess product and then put it on your underneath your eye, it just gives you the flawless finish. Like a setting powder, it doesn't look powdery, but it does last you throughout the day, because I have times that I do get very oily all over my face, but my concealer and my setting powder on this area, it looks matte. Even though how many hours I wear it, it still looks very matte finish. So if you guys do have very oily eyelid, or your eye are very oily like I do, you guys should do this step, because it really prevents your oil come through on this area. And then after setting underneath my eye, I'm just gonna go all over my face using my sponge as well. So I'm gonna put it on the T-zone where I get very oily, and then on my chin area, which I do get very oily as well. And I realized my oiliest place is on my temple, so I just kind of bake a little on this side. And usually I do have a little breaks out over here and there, but I'm just gonna leave it as what it is now, because I don't want to make it a lot powdery or full coverage on those spots, because it's already dry on this area. So I really don't mind, because it's more like an everyday look. I don't want to hide and be flawless. It's like this is very natural on human being, I feel like. So I really don't mind picking this through if I'm not going for an event or something. It's just like my everyday makeup look. And the final setting on my face is my eyelid. So I like to use this brush. This is from Morphe, I believe. It doesn't have the number on the brush, so this is like an eye brush. It's more taper and it's easy to blend it on my eyelid. So usually I'm just gonna do a little dab here and then dab off the excess and put it on my eyelid, because I do have a oily eyelid and I don't like putting concealer on my eyelid because it does form like a little line right here. Even though I bake it or I just put setting powder, it doesn't change the fact that my concealer just stuck on the line on my eyelid. So I just like to use my setting powder to make my eyelid a lot more matte finish. And remember, don't put any concealer on top. I mean, that's just like my personal preference, because I don't like that little line formed on my eyelid. But still, I want to get my eyelid very matte finish so that it doesn't transform all the oils back on my under eye. This is like a technique for my oily skin, because after playing around with makeup and seeing how my skin react, it helps the oil not transform or transform underneath my eye. And usually I like to go in with my brow first because that's the most important part. And if I'm late, I'm just gonna do my brow and then I'm gonna be done and not doing anything else on my face, because face is really easy. It's just like a little blending. For my brows, it's like something that it really define my look and for my face. So today I'll be using my Benefit Brow Contour Pro, and this is something that I thought it's a really gimmick pencil. But after using it for, I would say, 2 weeks now, I've been loving it because it just comes in really handy and it shapes my brow very nice with the color. And the only downside on this pencil, it doesn't have a spoolie. So you do have to use your other eyebrow pencil spoolie to blend it out the color. So I'm going to zoom you guys in to see how I do my brows. So I'm going to use my lighter shade on this pencil and shape out underneath my brow area and the top area. It's just really hard to talk through when you're doing your brow because it's a lot of concentration, and this is like the most time I need to spend on my makeup look every day. So usually I fill up like halfway through, and then I like to go in with the darker shade and finish the rest of my brow. So after I put on a shape on my brow, I like to blend it with my spoolie to give it a more natural finish. And then I'm gonna go in, reshape the brow. And it is okay to mess up a little because it's not something that you can fix. So using my little Q-tip here to clean it up and then do it again. And then I go back in with the brown lighter shade. And then I like to fake my eyebrow hair on the front. So after I give your brow a shape, I go with a defined shade like a concealer, what usually people do to reshape or just clean up your eyebrow. And then I will use this kind of brush to blend out the color into my skin just to clean up my eyebrow and looks more defined looking. If I don't have time for that day, I would just skip this part because it does take time. Then I'll use the highlighter shade on this to highlight my brow bone, and I'll use the same brush to blend this out. Okay, so this brow is done and it makes a huge difference on your whole makeup look. So for the very last step, I'll be using my Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel, and I got this in the shade Cringe. So I just lightly get on the hair on my eyebrow. Okay, so now this brow is done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, now the brow is done. Let's move on to my face. So for contour, I'll be using my Kevyn Aucoin The Sculpting Powder in the shade Medium. So I like to use this brush. This is like my staple MAC 197. It's already off on the handle. It's how much I love this brush. So I'm gonna use this to give my face a slimmer looking. And I really like this contour. Out of my other contour, I do have a lot of contour, but this is like my favorite one because it has that really nice neutral cool tone of the undertone of this contour shades. It really shapes your face without just giving you a very warm color. And this is like my perfect shade on my light to medium skin tone. So if you guys do have same skin tone as I do, this is your shade, and this is like my to-go color. It just looks very natural. It doesn't look powdery. It blends nicely on my face and it does give me a very natural looking. After the contour is done, I'll be using my blush from Laura Mercier. This is their blush color Infusion in Ginger. So this is a very nice neutral undertone for my face, and I'd like to use my Sonia Kashuk brush. This is number 29, and I really like this blush brush because it does give me a very nice natural finish. No matter how crazy pigmented color the blush are, it just gives me a very natural, like a flush on your face. So this brush, it does that, and it just fit my face perfectly with the size. So I like to blend my blush upward towards my cheekbones. It just like lift up my face shape. So moving on to highlighter, I don't have like a staple highlighter I like to use for every day. I just use any highlighter that I feel like on that day. So I'll be using this Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette. It does come in 3 different shades, and usually I like to mix the pink and the light silver shade, yellow silver shade, and dab off the excess and blend it on the top of my cheekbones. And this is the most natural highlighter that I love using it because you can see reflection in different angles, but it's not like blinding in your face, that kind of highlight. So for everyday makeup look, I like something that is more of a natural side for the highlighter. And I'm just gonna do a little on my nose and my cupid's bow. Can you guys see the glow on my face, like with the light reflecting? It looks very natural, yet you can see there's highlight on your face. And then for my lips, I like to go with some glosses during the summertime. So I'm using this Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow. It really smells like smoothie on this lip shade. And then to set all this hard work on, I'm using my Skindinavia, the makeup finishing spray for Bridal. And I know this is like more intense for the regular one with the Bridal one because it meant to be if you cry, your makeup is still stay put on your face. So this is something that I'll be using for every day to make sure my makeup stay put. So I'm just gonna shake this up. And I'm just gonna let it dry. So usually with this makeup look, it only takes me like 15 to 20 minutes at most. But for this video, because it's a talk through video, so it takes some time, but this is usually how I do my makeup look for every day. And this is something that is really perfect for back to school look, very natural, put together. And this makeup look is also good for going to work because it really feels appropriate. The color on the cheek, it's not super intense. The highlight is not super intense. Something is very natural. Your skin but better finish on the foundation. So this is like the perfect 11 hours proof on oily skin kind of foundation, base, and the makeup look. So for the very last step, I will be putting my perfume on, and this is something that I do every single day. Even though it's on the weekend or the weekdays, I do put on perfume because scent is really something that it really cheers me up during the day, and it just puts myself together. I don't know what it is, but the scent, it really just brings me up back together. So I'm just gonna spray this over my neck. So I want to quickly mention on this luxury scent box. So this is their monthly subscription for a perfume, and you only have to pay $15 per month to get this refill on the inside. So this is what you're getting for every single month, and in quarterly you will be getting another new case. And luxury scent box, they're very nice to send over 2 free bottles of a perfume and with the case how it looks like. So I got this in all matte black and also this in gold black finish. So this is what matte black case looks like. It looks so chic and it looks so unique. And also this is what the gold and black finish look like on the case. So here this is what you see in the case, and the actual product inside that you will be receiving every single month is the product on the inside. When you twist it up, it does bring up the product here, and usually you just spray it out with this little spray nozzle here. But when you refill a new product, then you just have to simply take it out, and this is what you will be receiving for every single month. And it does have the little label here showing what fragrance brand and what scent that you're getting every single month. So this little sample size of the fragrance, it does come in 0.30 ounce, which is 9 milliliters. So for your first month of the subscription, you'll be getting a free case with the fragrance that you choose online. And the fragrance on the inside approximately lasts you for a month. So if you guys are not committed to getting a new fragrance, then I highly recommend getting this subscription because you don't have to commit for a full size product, but you can still get a little of the product to try out for a month. So this will be a very nice travel size, like a sample size to try out on the fragrance and see how it works with your body chemistry before purchasing for a full size product. And honestly, with this case, it just comes in really handy because the nozzle, you can just twist it up or down. It doesn't mess up your purse. So this will be something that I'll be leaving in my everyday purse just in case for emergency something happen. And if I'm sweating a lot, then I'll just take this out and spray all over myself. And also it's just really easy to travel with, and this is month to month subscription. You can just cancel anytime, no commitment on this subscription base. And they're very nice to provide my viewers, which is you guys, a promo code for 35% off for your first month subscription. And this promo code is AlisonHa, which is my name. I'm gonna leave it down here. And this promo code is only valid for new members of the subscription. And I'm not mentioning this because I received free products from them, but generally I just love collecting perfume, and I would say I'm a perfume holic because I do like purchasing a full size of perfume, but I never get to use up all of them because with a full size product it's just really hard to use it up, and I do like switching up the scent every day. I don't use one bottle for every single day. So there's no like a signature perfume that I use for every single day. Like people just smell you and know this is Alison. So I'm just generally love using perfume, and if you guys do watch my video way back, which is my summer must-have perfume, I'm gonna link it up here or up here. You guys know I already own a lot of perfume, and this is something that I use it on my daily basis. But then if you guys don't want to use the code, that's fine because I don't get any commission out of it. So I'm just want to share with you guys, this is like a nice option for travel size. So that's all my video, and I hope you guys enjoy watching my everyday makeup look or back to school makeup look or back to work makeup look. I don't know, whatever it's called. So if you guys do like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.